Hey everybody, it's BATJAC J W, and it's Saturday morning, that's right. So you're tuned in, well, you're listening, right? Thank you for coming around and being on the channel, making this channel a part of your routine. Some of you, it's neat to read comments that this is part of your, like, Saturday morning. So that's always good. I enjoy reading stuff like that. It's really, it's so supportive, and to know that we do have that kind of a following that's neat. So the last one we talked about a little bit of a 1911 addiction, if you will. Yes, those two words seem to kind of go hand in hand, or those numbers and a word. Okay, so we do we have some comments here. We're going to read them. But I wanted to take a moment here real quick and just kind of talk about it as a gun channel myself and everything. Take a little moment here because of the unfortunate and sick, evil incident that happened in Las Vegas. I usually we don't this channel we don't cover drama and stuff like that, or those type of things, politics and all that. But I did want to take a moment here and just kind of address all the victims that were just heinously taken from the earth, and then all those people that were wounded. Just to kind of take a moment here of silence and just kind of respect that, and remember, that tragedy strikes, and it's very unfortunate, but evil does walk the earth amongst us. And so anyway, let's take a moment for them. All right, so back at you. Here we have some comments. And we have Eli Faust. It's kind of, we got a guy who comes in there first. He's the first one there to make the comment there. And speaking of first, we have Muzzle First. He says, great episode, sir, and we thank you there. I always liked your name and your little icon there, Muzzle First. That's really good. I really always enjoy reading and seeing some of the interesting things that people come up with for usernames or their photo or user photo or something. So that's always neat. We have Douglas Walther. He says, great radio episode. Will you ever bring a special guest like Santy or Dirty Dan? Love to hear you talk to Rex. Thanks, JW. Yeah, we'll have to get one of those fellers on the show. They're both really good guys, really good characters. So, and everything. So, okay, we have Richard Landeros. All right, great show once again, BATJAC. I forgot to say there is an airsoft gun on the Mad Max cut down double barrel shotgun. There are many videos of it on YouTube. I don't know if you would fire a 12 gauge shotgun like that. It must have one hell of a kick. Ha ha ha. But yeah, I do know that there are states and laws that have different firearm laws, and always best to go with the firearm laws and pay for it. Depends on where you live. To have that kind of a cut down shotgun. Yeah, to cut it down by a pro and not just by the old hacksaw in your garage kind of a thing. And of course you want to make sure you follow all the legal paperwork if you're going to do something like that. For instance, I cut down the barrel off of my Winchester 1897 model shotgun. Now I cut it down to, I think I left the barrel length around 22 inches or something, just to be double, triple sure. But yeah, I did that myself. But you can also do it yourself. You just you want to be careful, but that's really good advice. Go to a proper gunsmith and have it done the proper way, so it's not all haggard when you do it. And then of course you don't want to do anything illegal. Unless you have the class 3 license or something. It would be a short barrel shotgun or short barrel rifle or something. You want to make sure you all take the proper precautions and everything, and have all your ducks in a row when you do something like that. Living out here, I have actually looked into it myself and thought about Class 3. But then I looked at some of the paperwork involved, and I'm still kind of on the fence about it. I really don't know if I want to dive into that pool. It looks pretty deep, but we'll see. We'll see. You never know. All right, and we have Mr. Zonacat. He said, if you want to try different types of root beer, so to go to the Ace Hardware on the 22nd Street over here near Kolb. I actually have gone in there. It is absolutely crazy. I know what you mean, man. That place is like, wow. When I went into that Ace Hardware, it was like, it's the biggest Ace Hardware I've ever been into, and I gotta say, here I am sitting here doing this chat, and I have 3 certificates from Ace Hardware sitting on my coffee table, and it's stuff that I can go $5 off and stuff. Ace Hardware is like my toy store. I tell you, it's crazy. I always go there. That and Harbor Freight. All right. Eli Faust says, "Good day." Thank you there. And we have E.B. Saint says, "Don't know what's worse, a Colt or Smith & Wesson addiction." I tell you what's worse is having both of them as your addiction. But I was wondering if you plan to buy or review one of those new Colt Cobras. Yeah, that's a good question. Excuse me. I've thought about that. I've looked into them a little bit. I'm curious about the price, and I want to check, obviously, the quality on it. And now, don't get me wrong, I'm a big Colt fan, but you can't help but think, well, is what they're making today to the standards of what they made in the past, or is the things? Manufacturers, they change stuff over the years. They change different things that they do for either saving money. Perhaps we always like to think it's for the better. But I would not turn my nose up against it. But I'll let you know right out, I'm not the biggest fan of stainless guns, especially matte stainless. I know there's a few of you that kind of agree with that kind of say, that matte stainless or whatever, it kind of looks like an unfinished gun. Now, this is just a preference or an opinion. We all have opinions and everything, but I will say that, yes, I am not the biggest fan of just plain matte stainless steel. I'd like to either have it high polished or something like that if I'm going to go stainless. But if they ever offered a blued one, I'd be a lot more intrigued into it. But we'll see, but I've not turned my nose up against it at all. I would definitely check one out if I ever got the chance to. So, all right. We have Lion Quest Fitness. It says, "Thumbs up, keep up the good work," and thank you, Lion Quest Fitness. I really appreciate that. We're trucking along. The channel's come quite a ways over the years here and doing it, and the followers and all you guys are getting more and more interested in the channel, which is awesome. And I appreciate that. So we have Bernard Flood. Greetings from Ireland, as always. Thank you. Greetings here from Middle Arizona. It says you got to get the deal that makes you feel good about it, and you won't lose out when you sell it. Yes, words of wisdom right there. Absolutely. You got to buy some of these things low enough to where if you ever did want to sell it, you'll make your money back or more. That's always a good thing if you ever go to sell them. It's just, that's the way it is. You pay the collector's price, you're not going to make any money off of it. Or if you do, it's at best you're going to break even or make a very little, and you probably had the thing for a long time. Okay. We got Russ Elder. He says, "I love your videos. You have a very calming channel. Thank you. You are respectful. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read. It's very small print on the phone. You are respectful and always upbeat. Throw in the guns and you can't beat. And you can't be beat. I traded my two 1911s when I was downsizing calibers and 45 ACP. Went bye-bye. I am already questioning my wisdom and might have to get one. Yeah, 1911s, well, not just that. Selling guns in general, Russ. I felt that every time I sold a gun, I've always regretted it in some way, at some point down the line, I regret selling it. So that's always happened to me. Okay, we have Scott F. He says, nice episode. As some good ground covered. As always, in the gun world, collection and buying guns seem to become an addiction. Yes, that needs to be contained in good stuff. Yeah, you got to learn to walk away, and I'll get to it in a bit here. I kind of didn't walk away when I should have not. Okay, root beer in 1911s. I'm your Huckleberry. He says, I'm not addicted to 1911s. I just need more than what I already have. That is from the Gunfighter 45 ACP. And a suiting name for that comment. That's a great comment. Alright. MP Gunther. Good morning. Great show. Thank you, MP Gunther. Appreciate that. Edward Petty. Great show, BATJAC. Glad all is well with you. One day I will visit those old gun shops. Yes, you have to, man. That's good stuff. That is a Frontier gun shop on Grant, on Arizona, in Tucson, Arizona. And there's also Thunderstick off of Craycroft. I think it's Speedway and Jefferson here in Tucson, Arizona. It's really good people at Thunderstick. I like those people a lot. All right, Bob Hartman. I recently watched a new Magnificent Seven movie with Denzel Washington. I held off watching it only because I didn't want to watch a cheap version of the original, but the flick is very different. I enjoyed just the same, and I'm a sucker for a great 1911. Yeah, I am too. Like I'm on the same way with a lot of these remakes. Whenever they go in and they remake a classic, to me it's really difficult. I'm like, I really don't. Because I hold some of these so near and dear to the heart. Like when I heard they were going to remake The Mechanic, that original Charles Bronson film, 1972, Jan Michael Vincent as well. He was also in Hooper with Burt Reynolds. But when I heard they were going to remake The Mechanic, I was really like, I don't know. You just don't, you can't. How do you do that? You can't replace Charlie Bronson. But it was alright, it was decent, it was kind of refreshing, but nonetheless, they never hold up to the originals, do they? Especially now we got the remake of Death Wish coming out with Bruce Willis. It's kind of interesting. So, we'll have to see. Alright, Pepper at 88. I like A&W diet since I became a diabetic 2 years ago. I'm sorry to hear that, but yes, that's a real thing. Diabetes is bad stuff. My family has diabetes. I got to be careful myself. That's why I haven't gone back and got any more of those root beers since the last one we did this thing. I'm lucky I'm not an insane sugar snacker. I can eat a candy bar and be done with it, and not 10 candy bars per se. Yeah. You definitely got that right, man. You just down that stuff, and then the next thing you know it, you're in a sugar coma. All right, it's Crazy Scotsman. Good show, my friend. Lots of guns out there, and collecting is addicting. But I will never stop. That's true. Some people need to go to like a recovery program, and it's like I always say, well, I don't want to recover. I just want to continue my addiction. Three Wolves 4570, and he says, my first true addiction. Yes, absolutely. We got a thumbs up there on that one. Joe P. Good morning, JW. Great chat this morning, although I needed a big slug of Pepto after hearing that description of creamy root beer. Maybe if I could cut it with some bourbon. All right, we have another one here. Peppered 88. He says, I listened last. I forgot to write. Thanks for talking about the hurricane. It was a tropical storm by the time it got here. I must have gotten distracted. Yeah, I guess that's what you meant. I know some of these phones, maybe they just like add in words that they think we're trying to say. This year, it seems like every week there are 2 or 3 more heading our way. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I remember, living on the island back in Hawaii. There was always a threat of stuff like that. So, but no, I'm glad it turned into a tropical storm. And those of you that were in the path of those type of disasters that could possibly happen, glad it turns out okay and you're all right. So. Well, I was just talking. I want to briefly talk too about it. The channel, the YouTube channel here has been growing, and we're ready to go on 4 years, 4+ years or whatever of this stuff. It's really amazing, and no intentions of stopping. And I wanted to let you guys know that how much I appreciate all of you subscribing, all of you listening. I mean, even the fact that you're this far into this JW's radio show here on a Saturday morning, that you're still here, you're still tuned in, you're watching these videos, you're getting entertainment out of it, you like hanging out, and that's important, and it's important to me because it keeps it going. Without you guys, there is no BATJAC J W. There's no point in putting these videos on there. So I appreciate it, and I really do. I mean, if I could do this full time and just do nothing but make these videos for you folks, man, I would be pumping them out like crazy, just because it would be nice to be able to just do that and keep you guys entertained. And I can't tell you how much I enjoy doing it, and how much it relaxes and calms me to do these videos for you, in a lot of cases. Although if you saw that last video, Santee and I were talking about it, that is the thing. Anytime you turn on the camera or go to do some stuff, man, I tell you, 1,000,001 things goes wrong. I mean, it's no joke. There was we all got some funny stories, man. Let me know if you want to hear some of them. I tell you, we'd have to go back and think of a lot of them and write them down. But no, it's been so much fun, just putting stuff together and thinking about what video to do next, and really, it's really been an enjoyment for me, and always trying to think, what can we film next? What can we do? What's the next thing that we can do? What other video can we get going here? So that's always the neat part of it, and with the job and everything, and starting a new job and getting that going, just really getting more pay to hopefully alleviate some stuff and then get things in a row. But yeah, that was the decision to do that, and then of course trying to work on some other things in the future of the channel, and I'll let you guys know as those things draw near. But no, don't fear right as of now. The way things are going, there's no intentions of stopping or eliminating this channel anyway. Subscribers keep coming in. We're surpassed 7,000, which is pretty amazing. During the time of this recording, at least. We hope to gain more and keep gaining, and keep putting out great videos and great stuff. I mean, just every now and then I got to stop and look back and go, man, look at how many videos I have published on this channel. Look at how many different things we've covered and looked at and talked about, and and of course, I talked a little bit about how filming and movie making and any kind of things that are involved in that goes back with me for a very long time. So it's always been kind of my love for doing stuff like that. In high school, taking photography and audio and visual and stuff. It's really neat. Taking photography and learning how to process and develop my own film and mess with black and white and everything. And so for me, to you guys, know that anything that you guys do that's, obviously just being here, being subscribed and clicking on these videos and watching, it's been a huge support as it is. And when I decide to finally get it nailed down and go on to Patreon and hopefully offer some more exclusive content for you that may be perhaps different, that those of you that do go over there and support it would be awesome too. And that way, hopefully, you can build some more. But I will never, my word of value to you, I would never take it for granted. I would never take advantage of it. It would be something that, would always be true and pure from BATJAC J W. It would never, would just be some stuff to help this thing keep going and open up some time slots for me to help continue to make better quality videos and whatnot. So without feeling like, I don't have time, we got to go to do this, we got to do that. Hopefully it'll open up some of those time slots. So, all right. Before we close it out, I wanted to talk about, I'll go ahead and leak it here. Coming up here, you'll be seeing it. It's a really neat a 22 revolver, and this is going to be. I used to own a 22 revolver some time back. This was long before I started doing YouTube. I had a Heritage Arms single action 22 revolver. Although I did do a video on one, it wasn't the one I had. It was somebody had lent one to me to do a video on, and I did it. But I used to have one, and it was a single action cowboy kind of gun, and it was in 22. I regretted getting rid of it. I really did. It was an accurate little gun, but growing up, when I first started shooting guns, the first guns I shot was 22 double action old revolvers. Like, I think it was a Colt or something, and so that always kind of stuck with me. And now here's the thing: is I'm like a traditionalist. I don't like the ones that you see and they're like 9 shots. You know, like, oh, it's a 22 revolver, but it holds 9 rounds. That's really cool. Don't get me wrong, but I still like, if somebody said, hey, do you want one that holds 9 or do you want one that holds 6? I'm like, I'll take the 6, because it's just something about that. It's just more traditional. I don't know. It's just weird like that, I guess. But so. I had recently picked one up, and I'll share with you shortly on the channel and everything. And if you are subscribed also to the JW or the BATJAC J W radio show YouTube channel, I know some of you are. If you're subscribed to that, you'll see it first over there. But this kind of goes back for memories with me and my first real going to the indoor gun range back in Hawaii and shooting a double action 22 old revolver 6-shot. So it's kind of neat to be able to almost come full circle on that. I wish I could get my hands on those original ones that I shot, but they're long gone. But anyhow, it's kind of neat. It's the first real, swing out cylinder 22 revolver I've ever owned. Since I shot one when I was a youngster, very young. I'm still young, but not 10 years old anymore, or whatever it was, 8 or so. But that's going to be coming up, and we're going to talk about that and stuff like that. So. Just keeping it rolling and trying to keep you guys interested and everything. Unfortunately, I'm at a little conniption fit with my camera. It seems to be falling apart on me, so I'm going to be having to use my cell phone a little bit more. Well, that's what Santee does anyhow, but yeah. I'm going to have to look for a new camera and invest in that, because, hey, without a camera, what the heck? What are we doing here? So, anyhow, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening, you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. It's Saturday morning. Go out and enjoy the rest of your Saturday and your weekend. And so be safe. And like I said, thank you very much for being here and being subscribed.